Greetings, friends. Welcome. We're so glad you have taken a few minutes out of your busy schedules to join us for Let's Talk Travel. We are very excited to be doing a feature of the premium cruise lines for the entire month of April. So it's really exciting for us, particularly at this time when there's so much beginning to happen in the cruise industry. The timing is great. And we're especially excited this evening to be welcoming from one of our personal favorite premium cruise lines, Barbara Julian. Barbara is a strategic market manager for Celebrity Cruise Lines. Welcome, Barbara. Thank you for joining us. We're so glad to have you on board with us.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Celebrity just provides an amazing premium. When I say premium, Celebrity bumps up the bar. They bump up close to the luxury and sometimes cross over into luxury. And anyway, I'm so excited to have you on board as our featured guest and talk about the Celebrity experience. Could we just start with you giving us an overview of your background in the travel industry and how you made your way to Celebrity?
I would love to. I think when I was born as a Sagittarius, travel was always in my blood. And even from a young kid, my parents would take me to the airport so I could watch the planes take off. But fast forward, and I thought, well, what did I want to do? Could I be Julie on the Love Boat? But didn't happen. I couldn't sing. So I ended up being the best sales manager I could be. I went to school for travel and tourism up at Niagara University and just knew, right away that I wanted to be in travel. And then the cruise industry at the time was just starting to bloom. And it was a great opportunity. I was in New York. I moved to Florida. I started out with 2 other cruise lines before joining Celebrity. And now I've been with Celebrity for 28 years.
Seriously. You must have been 4 years old.
I'd like to think that.
Oh, wow. Well, Barbara, that's exciting. And I say this when I talk with people who had just gotten into the cruise and the travel industry when they were young and just starting out. I am so envious of that because I was, I got in the travel business as some people are contemplating an early retirement. And I'm thinking, I've stumbled into this. So I'm envious of you for having that experience early on and getting started. So about Celebrity, does a Celebrity experience, how does that differ from some of the other popular providers in your premium cruise category?
So I have to say that, we do call ourselves premium. I mean, the industry has us in premium, but I have to say, with all of the ships that I've been on throughout my career, I've done a lot of conferences on the other cruise lines. And I just have to say, with Celebrity, it's the attention to detail. Our ships are known for their design. Their design is like nothing like anything that's out there. It's the destination, but it's how you get to the destination. The accommodations that we provide. You mentioned, having that luxury experience. We talk about new luxury on Celebrity with our retreat. So the retreat is all of our beautiful suites, and they come with the private restaurant, private lounge and private pool area, the butler service. So we definitely do stand apart with the attention to detail and with all the extra amenities that we offer, for sure.
It is there's an air of sophistication
Exactly.
about your ships when you sail on a Celebrity ship. There's just that it's an upscale feel. But yet it's still comfortable. It's not something that's makes you
right.
makes you feel
Exactly.
at all uncomfortable. But it really does have that. You feel like you're being pampered when you sail with Celebrity.
And that's who we market to, is more of the affluent traveler. They're well traveled. They want the experience that, they're paying for the experience. They want to have that fabulous 5-star service, and they're willing to pay for a little bit more for it. The ships are considered mid-size. Our Millennium class is 2,000 passengers. Our Solstice and Edge series are 3,000 passengers. So it's hard to believe those are mid-size these days. And, now coming back with limited capacity, you're going to have even more space to enjoy our brand. And also, too, with our brand, we do families, we have kids on board, but we cater to the adult. Where our sister brand with Royal, they have the super large ships and they cater to the families and the kids, and we cater to adults. And there's a little difference there as well.
Yeah, there is definitely a feel that kids are welcome, families are welcome, but there's definitely a feel that this is an experience that is geared toward the grown-ups.
Absolutely.
It's not all about the kids. So,
and it's not about the rock climbing and the ice skating and all the different activities. It's about relaxing. It's about health and wellness. It's about culinary. It's about learning about wine. And now we have our new beer tasted craft bars on board. So it is all about the experience.
Yeah. Now, what about the age demographic on board Celebrity? Where's the norm on that?
Well, we have our baby boomers. We're always going to have our loyalty. We love our baby boomers and above. But believe it or not, Pat, now that we're coming back from being away for a year, we are concentrating a lot on that Gen X market. We feel that they have the opportunity, they have the dollars to spend. They are looking for more of that upscale experience. So most of our marketing moving forward will be reaching out to the Gen Xers.
And I think that's a really good, and I always say this about the cruise industry, just across the board, y'all have some of the best management in the entire corporate world. You guys, I mean, you look at what's on the horizon, and you are really, really good at picking up on that. And my experience too is that the Gen Xers are not only open to travel, but they're even if they haven't cruised before, they are cruise curious
Yes.
and open to exploring that possibility. So I think, there again, you get a gold star for just that, ability to look a bit into the future and project what's coming in for the industry.
Absolutely.
And let's face it, us boomers, which I'm proudly one of them, we aren't getting any younger, and the times get right now. We're out there and we're love cruising. All the boomers is put a market for cruises, but our day will pass and the cruise line will continue, and you're looking forward to that next generation, and kudos to you for getting that started. Another question I had for you, Barbara, is on any cruise, the itinerary is something that's very important. No matter how great the ship and the onboard experience, the itinerary still, and for some people, it's a deciding factor. It's all about itinerary. What can you tell us about upcoming itineraries for? I guess we're looking at late 2021, hopefully to see some sailings, and into 2022 and 23 even at this point. Anything out there that you especially like to showcase for us?
Well, there's so much to choose from. Celebrity does sail to all 7 continents, so there's quite a lot to choose from. Beautiful pictures there of Alaska. We have 3 ships sailing out of Alaska. We have the Alaska Cruise Tours, where you can get on the train and head up to Denali and the beautiful 6 million acres in Denali.
And I have to interject here, Barbara. I tell our clients, if at all possible, if there's any way, don't sell yourself short. When you do Alaska, usually it's once in a lifetime for 3/4 of the people. Get that interior
Absolutely.
experience. Yeah.
And
So
nobody does it better than us. I mean, ours are all totally escorted. You have smaller groups. Our train is fabulous. It's the Wilderness Express. We use all the latest motels, hotels in the area. Some of the other lines own their properties, so they have to use those, and they're usually not located in the best areas. So, we're make sure every year when we sign our new contracts that we are using the best properties, that we are close to town, and that we are participating in all the beautiful things to see while you're in Alaska. Because not only do you want to see the coastal part, but you want to go into the interior as well.
yeah. What else? What other itineraries do
Well,
you?
I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my favorite, and it's very unusual. It is a bucket list trip, and Celebrity's one of the few that are there, which is the Galapagos Islands. And
Ah,
love the Galapagos. Oh, that's our beautiful expedition ship. And Pat, did you know she only holds 48 passengers? How amazing is that? And that's
I mean that is amazing. Uh, talk about intimacy and up close and personal.
beautiful.
So
And we
it's
have
the
the
way to do it.
beautiful Flora there now, which is our newest ship. She holds 100 passengers, but she is all suites. So talk about a luxurious experience. It is the most luxurious in the Galapagos. And the Galapagos is, for those that aren't aware of it, it's 600 miles off the coast of Ecuador. So it's an all-inclusive package. We fly you down into Quito. You spend a few days in Quito. We fly you 2 hours from Quito into the Galapagos. It's all monitored by the Galapagos National Park. You will see wildlife there that you wouldn't see anywhere else in the world. I fell in love with the blue-footed boobies. I swam with the sea lions. I snorkeled with penguins. It is the most amazing trip. And every day is different. One day you're on pink sand. You think you're in the Bahamas. The next day it's red clay. The next day the island is volcanic rock. It's black. So it really is an unbelievable experience. The 100-year-old tortoises that are huge, and just walking through the highlands, and you're up close and personal with all of them.
Yeah,
That
the thing, yeah, because
that's my favorite.
the animals, the wildlife there has never had any negative interaction with. It's always been protected and guarded, and so they don't have that
No
inherent
predators.
fear.
That's right. And the reason why I loved it so much was I was able to experience it with my niece, and we were able to just enjoy the trip together. She had never been before, and it was just so fun to be able to experience it with her.
I just love it. Any other you'd like to mention in the way of itineraries? Anything else?
The other one I would mention is Mediterranean. And it just so happens that our brand new ship, the Apex, will be sailing out of Greece starting June 19th. So we are coming back. So,
Hallelujah. I love it.
and the Apex, we actually took possession of the Apex a year ago. And Pat, she hasn't had one guest on board yet. So
I was supposed to sail last fall with
that's
a
right.
little group, on
Our conference.
yeah,
Yes.
and it just, it broke my heart. I'm like, oh no. So I was so looking forward to that. Well, one of these days. So
Beautiful. And
she hasn't had a maiden voyage yet, and
no, she hasn't been officially named. Bless
oh
her heart.
my goodness. Well, all of that, it sounds like, is moving forward, and it's going to be resolved in June. So I mean,
June
that's right around
19th,
the corner.
round trip Athens, 7 nights. It's open for booking, and you'll go through the Greek Isles and Israel, or the other 7 night is Greek Isle and Cyprus. So, Santorini is my number 2
Okay, here,
destination
just one
I've
more
ever been to.
one more, and it really does look like that, folks.
Yes,
It's
beautiful.
it's unforgettable. Uh, Switching gears a little bit, Barbara. You guys at Celebrity recently made a huge change that really impacts the guest experience in a hugely very positive way. Tell our listeners a little bit about this new initiative.
So there's actually kind of two of them actually, but the first one is what we call always included. And when you book a celebrity cruise, automatically you receive a classic drink package. You get your unlimited Wi-Fi and your tips are included. Now, that's automatically. If you choose to upgrade a little bit more to our indulge package, that would give you the streaming Wi-Fi for those Netflix folks out there and your movies. It gives you the premium beverage package. The tips are included, and then it gives you a lot of extra onboard credit, so some spending money to use while you're on board. And then there's Elevate. So there's 3 different levels depending on what perks you need, but you always included our classic beverage package, and that includes a lot, right? All your non-alcohol, all your water, juices, and then your martinis, depending on what level of premium or classic, you can upgrade to premium. But so great to have your drinks, Wi-Fi, and your tips included.
And that is wonderful because that's one of the more common uh, arguments that people have about cruising, and is the one biggest dissatisfaction is probably
Absolutely.
nickel and dimed.
Exactly. They don't want to come on board and, constantly be told, so now you can have the conversation. What are the amenities you enjoy? And we can make sure you have them before you board the ship. And then the second one is, and I mentioned it a little bit, is the new luxury feature. And not only being premium, but offering that new luxury experience, because in the past, luxury's always been considered a small ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
200 to 600 guests. And we feel with our retreat, which is totally private, totally exclusive, you can have that luxury experience, but you can still come out and have these amazing, entertainment shows each night. The shopping on board is crazy that you won't find on a small ship. The specialty dining opportunities, if you don't want to stay in your private restaurant, there's so much else to do. So you can have a luxury experience on a mid-sized ship, and people are really, really realizing our suites are just amazing, whether it's the iconic suite, which is 2,500 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. We have the beautiful Edge Villas, which are 2-story, gorgeous, with a plunge pool on the
Oh
veranda.
my word.
We have our penthouse, our royals, so you can have a luxury experience on board Celebrity Cruises.
I have clients who love the Sky Suite. They uh they book that with some regularity. And I have clients who really, I mean, occasionally they'll cruise it with another line, but they Celebrity is their sweet spot.
I love
And
to hear that.
that,
And
yeah.
you know what? We've had a rough year, right? It's been crazy. We haven't traveled in over a year. So, like, we need to splurge. We need to indulge and take care of ourselves and, have that experience,
Yeah,
because that's what you're going to remember.
we all need to be pampered a bit now.
Absolutely.
We've been through a lot this year. So folks, keep that in mind. Don't feel bad if you go for the gold with
That's right.
with your next vacation.
My favorite saying is self-care is not selfish.
Absolutely. I totally agree. There's a reason, Barbara, that people, when you're on the airline, they tell you to put the oxygen on yourself before you take
That's
care of
right.
anyone. So I remind people of that periodically. Uh, I always want to check about this one. Inquiring minds at least the ones that check in with us always want to know, how about the food with Celebrity?
Uh, the food is amazing. Again, one of our top 5 pillars of our brand. It's what we're known for. We've just had such amazing menus. So what, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whether you're eating in the Ocean View Cafe, you're in the main restaurant, or you're in any of the specialties. Oh, so fabulous, right? So many things to choose from. The desserts are crazy. And recently we've signed on with Chef Daniel Boulud, who's very well known. He's got quite a few restaurants, New York. He has one here in Palm Beach. And he's a James Beard chef. And he's working with our Michelin rated chef to curate all of our menus. He has a special chef's menu that you can also participate in on the itineraries, and it's just so great. So you'll promise you won't go hungry on a Celebrity cruise.
And I think that's one of the strong suits for Celebrity is, they really shine in the culinary department. I don't think that uh, any competitor in the premium cruise market can say that their food is better than Celebrities. It's just y'all do it exquisitely. And when your plate comes out from the dining room, if you're in the main dining room on one of these fairly good sized ships, it looks like something that would be served to you in an intimate cafe. It is beautifully presented, and the plating is perfection.
And
So,
the choices, right? So
and the choices, yeah.
And
And
it's not only the food, it's the wine that you can pair with your food. So we have our sommeliers that can train that are highly trained, that will pair your food. We've won Grand Spectator Awards, one of the few cruise lines. We have over 500 labels, 5,000 bottles, and over 500 different labels of wine, an amazing wine list. And then I mentioned too, the craft beer bars now. So we can cover you both sides, whether the wine, the beers, the cocktails, the martini bar. Woo, that's one of my favorites.
you just have some really great for the foodies among us.
Exactly.
You really have some amazing on board, always things that people can participate in that revolve around the food and the wine and the beer. And so a great place for the foodies and the wine connoisseur to hang out
Absolutely.
aboard a Celebrity cruise. Uh, what about, you touched on this a little bit, but what about group travel with Celebrity? Is your onboard experience friendly with groups?
Oh, absolutely. So we have an actual onboard group coordinator, and she welcomes you on board. She finds out what all your special needs are. She'll go through the agenda with you to see what you need, what you've ordered, and whether it's a small conference group that needs, the conference room with a table, or if it's a large conference with breakouts and general sessions. I mean, it's like being in Las Vegas when you can have your conference on board a ship. We have all the conference space, all the equipment that comes with it. You have, the beautiful, like we said, the food on board, the entertainment, and everything's included. So everybody's contained together, having a great time. We've done family reunions. We've done, dance groups. We've done, believe it or not, we do knitting groups where Days at Sea, they're in the conference room and they're all knitting together and learning about all the new stitching and the new yarns. And it's really funny how different groups you can have on board.
It
So
is. I tell people pretty much anything that happens on a land group, if it doesn't involve ponies or fireworks, we can take it on board the cruise ships, and you take your guest experience from something in a stuffy hotel conference center to something that's unforgettable and fun.
Exactly. Continuing education, whether it's wine tasting, right? Wine tasting clubs, food clubs. If you have a local chef and he has followers, he can bring them on board and do cooking classes, health and wellness with your yoga instructor. So much to choose from.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of group that does things together or holds a land-based activity really should at least one time take their group out on a cruise ship, and there's no going back once you've done it.
You got that right. Exactly.
Yeah, you just your followers will thank you, and they will come back year after year for your annual cruise event. That's just the way it works out.
We can make things special. We can have menus with the company name or the group name on it. Different venues can be reserved. You can have a party out on the lawn club. You can have cocktails on the magic carpet. I mean, we can really curate it to what you need. Oh, the beautiful terrace, right? Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a great place to have a party.
You know, sometimes when I show people pictures of things on cruise ships, they'll say, "Oh, that's not on a cruise ship." You know, if people have not been on a modern day cruise ship, they have no concept of what.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
Especially a celebrity cruise, because our
Especially.
design is like nothing else that out there.
I'm so anxious to get on the edge and the apex and to see the magic carpet and you know, just these new entertainment spaces and things that I can't wait. So it
And
sounds like
Pat,
soon.
we're introducing our next new one, the Beyond. That's a third Edge series. So we have Edge, Apex, and the Beyond is arriving next year. So we're just introducing her now. At the end of the month, we'll be releasing all the new information on the new ship.
Oh boy, and this just segues right into my next thing about, you know, we're looking at the important questions here. When should people plan to book? Like if they're planning to sail in 2022, and you know, 2023, want to get on that brand new ship, be among the first to sail. When should they plan to book?
So I always say you need something to look forward to. So today is the perfect opportunity. But absolutely, today, start planning, start thinking, because don't forget, our 20 sailings moved to 21, which are now moving to 22. So 22 is really, really doing well. So if you're thinking about doing any cruising this year, next year, or into first quarter of 23, you should think about starting to book now.
The early bird gets the worm, and they also get the best pick of the staterooms. And
That's
usually,
right.
Barbara, usually I find this is very true. You know, the last minute deals, they're pretty much gone. That's, you know, people used to, oh, wait till the last minute. The last minute, you'll be standing on the pier waving at everybody else on the ship because
That's right.
there's not going to be any space. You just can't do that anymore.
Exactly. So the earlier you book usually is the best time. And again, it's always included with celebrities. So you'll have all your amenities that you'll need. And I know Pat is standing by to take your requests.
Always, always. We're always happy to take those requests and we're, you know, we love to book celebrity. We
And Pat,
love.
I forgot also, June 5th, we're starting to sail out of St. Martin.
Oh,
So
yes, yes.
we have to talk about that real quick. So we're going to be in the Caribbean this summer, starting June 5th, round trip St. Martin on the beautiful revolutionized Millennium. So she has been totally redone, all brand new, down to the studs, new staterooms, new public rooms, new bathrooms, beautiful colors. We took everything from the Edge and we brought it over onto the Millennium. Gorgeous. So she's sailing 7 nights, round trip St. Martin, doing Aruba, Barbados, and Curacao. And then she's doing Tortola, St. Lucia, and Barbados. So it is a fabulous summer itinerary. And that's available today to book.
All right, all right. I am so glad that the cruise industry is taking action and they're
We're
not
coming
just
back.
sitting on their hands. And with all that said, I think has the pandemic has played havoc with the entire industry. But I think, and I think it was Dondra Ritzenthaler who said that she sees light on the horizon and she thinks it may be a cruise ship. I think I'm quoting her on that. Uh, what
Or
would you
the
like
other
us?
one is we're not looking through the rear view mirror anymore, right? We're
That's
looking straight ahead. We're not looking back. We're looking forward. And that's why the rear view mirror is so small.
that's right, and we've got those projected sale dates, folks. They're out there now, and I've been very encouraged about the past 10 days or so. And it seems like things are going to move here in the US. I mean, I think there's been a little bit of a stare down here, and maybe the CDC blinked a little bit, it sounds like. But I think that things are going to change and open up a bit from everything I'm hearing.
And we've
So
talked about all of our return to service healthy protocols. We want to come back healthy. We want to come back safe. And we have really done an amazing job with the Healthy Sail Panel. Everyone must be vaccinated right now in order to sail. And we just want that opportunity. And we've had cruises out there sailing already. We have ships in Singapore, in Italy, and they've been sailing for the last months now and have no issues.
and
So
those people sailing have not had the benefit of the vaccination.
exactly.
So
And the
it,
whole
it
crew will be vaccinated as well.
that's right. There's just no logic to apply to keeping the cruise lines locked up from sailing from the U.S. ports these days. We've passed that time, and folks, it's going to happen. I'm confident. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us. I so
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time and all the great information you've shared with us. And it's always a privilege. I count it a privilege when we get you busy business development managers to come and share with our listeners. And I always feel like we just can't do celebrity justice. They're just a great partner, and we have total confidence whenever we book a sailing for any of our clients on a celebrity voyage, because we know that there is going to be nothing but 5-star ratings and happy campers when they disembark from that experience. And folks, to book again, it could not be easier.
Call Pat. Oh,
You
this
know,
way. This
oh,
way. Nope. This way.
oh,
Call Pat.
call Pat, and we will be delighted to help you with getting you on board one of these new vessels, one of their oldies but goodies. I mean, there's people that love, like the Connie and the Millennium. They love to sail, and they do those vessels over and over and over again. So we could just go on and on. But Barbara, any particular promotion you want to say today? Anything else to share that you want to throw out?
Just Greece with the brand new Apex. St. Martin with the beautiful revolutionized Celebrity Millennium. Those are what we're selling today, and it's always included drinks, gratuities, and your Wi-Fi. And remember to call Pat today.
Thank you so much, Barbara. All right, folks, the word of the day today is celebrity. Put celebrity in your comments. I have a gift card that I'm going to send out to some lucky person. Just after this, if you listened live tonight, you're going to get your name in the drawing for this. Also, if anybody books with us a 7-night or longer celebrity cruise, I don't care what the dates, how far in the future it is, but if you book by the end of April a celebrity cruise with us, I am going to throw in a $50 onboard credit. There's still a couple of places you can spend money on board, and we're going to throw that in, and one of our special Dancing Moon travel tote bags. So get your word of the day on there. Thank you again, Barbara.
Thank you, Pat,
We
so much.
appreciate your time.
Appreciate your
And
support.
bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Love you all.
Bye.